Hands up.
It's Monday the 24th of January, another bright sunny day again, and we're well into the lambing. On Wednesday night when I came in for my tea there were none, and we've since had 26 lamb. There was a ewe had twins. The last thing last night, she's in this pen for the twins. And this morning when I came out there were two sets of twins. And then when we came back at lunch after starting some hedge planting, two more had lambed. So twins again, so we've had quite a good run of twins this time. There are 21 left in this to lamb. The ewes with no mark on them on the back end should lamb first, as the rams weren't marked until 17 days into the service period. The ones which you perhaps won't show up too well with a green mark will lamb after from 18 days on. I should explain that the breeding cycle of a sheep is 17 days. A teaser ram, which is a vasectomized ram, went with the sheep 2 weeks before we were due to start serving them, and he was taken out, but it gets them into to start cycling, and they do tend to synchronise and all come together at the beginning of the service period. The ewes were then split into groups and went with their respective rams, and after 17 days they were marked with a green raddle between the front legs, and when they serve the ewe they leave a mark. And so that's enabled us to split up the ewes so that to ease management and give them more room, so that the later lambing ones can be left outside, so we're fairly confident when they're going to lamb. And these are the lambs with the mothers. We keep expanding this pen and contracting the other one to give them an appropriate amount of space, and they're enjoying this sunlight, sunshine. And they stay in the lambing pens for about 24 hours till they've bonded properly with the lambs, and then they move out. If they've had a particularly rough time over lambing, they can stay in for longer, but they come in so fast. We've only got 6 of these pens, that under the pressure of lambing they have to move out pretty quick. I've got other means and to make more pens, but these are very good because there are nothing tied together with string where the lambs can hang themselves, which I'm afraid they do, and there are racks for the buckets, keep the buckets off the floor so the lambs can't drown themselves, which I'm afraid they do from time to time. So they are a good system, these pens. What's more, they're made out of recycled plastic, using the silage wrap, which we pack in a bin and bag up. They come and take it away, and it's made into these plastic board, which is made into pens.
You want one for the advert if we can get one?
It's essential to be flexible with your penning so that each group have got an appropriate amount of space. I would turn these out today to pasture. It's dry, it's not too cold, but the vet's coming on Wednesday to take blood samples for MV, which is media visna, a disease which sheep can get, which causes muscle wasting, and the test is to demonstrate our freedom from that disease. And beyond are the last year's calves, a crop of South Devon calves. And just to prove that no system is foolproof, this is one of the supposedly later lambing ewes with a single lamb. I just the rest of the group and had a count up and noted one was missing, so I suspected that possibly one had lambed, and here she is. So these are the ewes coming out for the feed. It's a good tip never to get between sheep and their feed, as they kind of stick to you like Velcro as they go by, and they'll easily bowl you over. There they are at the trough. These are getting just under a pound of a concentrate feed. The reason for this is because we usually get, and as is proven to be the case, majority carrying twins, and simply having two lambs inside them reduce their intake of feed because of the pressure on the rumen, and so they need a more concentrated feed because they simply can't use enough forage to meet the needs of two lambs. And if they don't take in sufficient energy, they will start to break down their own tissue, body tissue, to fill the gap, and this leads to ketosis, or as it's known in sheep, twin lamb disease, for obvious reasons. Cattle get a similar condition, but not until they've calved and when they start milking very heavily. When they're turning out more milk than they can eat food to produce, they'll get a very similar condition. I'm going to feed the ewes and lambs next. I do actually cut their feed back because the danger of twin lamb obviously is gone once they've lambed, and if we get too much feed, it does tend to scour the lambs when they get too much milk. They can produce quite enough milk for a small lamb. When they go out and the lambs get bigger, we will give them a small amount of concentrate, but not a huge amount, depending on quality of the forage.